two courses. So they're basically pushing them into homeschooling, because a lot of these people, they don't want to homeschool. So that's the part that's been a kind of a thorn in our side right along. Not that VLAX is a thorn.
But look at it this way, if they know they want their child to take VLAX courses, they can take them if they're in the public school.
Right.
So, you know, that's the parent choice. If they're saying, I want to homeschool my child, then they immediately call VLAX and say, you know, I want my child enrolled full-time and it's gonna take 8 to 16 weeks or whatever, then you gotta homeschool your kid or put them back in the regular school and let them start taking courses one at a time. You know, I think that's a safeguard, so that, you know, you're not just pulling the child out and then immediately putting him online for every course that they're gonna take. Maybe that's not a fit for the child. I think this allows the progression to see if the child is really fit to take all online courses.
Right.
Because maybe that's just not their thing, they need direction.
Yeah.
And a lot of online is self-motivation.
Right.
I understand VLAX's reasoning, and it makes sense, but the problem is there are some people, whether it's a bully, usually it has to do with bullying, they just want their kid out of school now, and so they pull them. And there's, I don't know, there isn't a category, as far as I know, that a parent and a child in that situation can hang their hat on. It's almost as though there ought to be a provision in the law that, you know, for 3 months or something like that, if you're, I don't know, I'm not saying this is the wording that it would be, I have no clue, but basically that it would allow a parent to withdraw a child, and the child doesn't have to be full-time in public school for 2 months or 3 months or something like that. Under, you know, certain circumstances. That way, they're not truant, but they're not making believe to be homeschooled, because that doesn't work either.
Well, there are lots of other options that we suggest, like take half-semester courses or mini courses on all the, I don't know, I probably have about 50 correspondence distance learning online. Yeah, you have to pay a little money, but it's often not very much.
Not just VLAX,
And
but
it's
doing
not
something
any, like,
else.
a forest trail or something like that, or
Yeah.
buy the math book, which costs about the same as the other course, and maybe you have to do that from September through, you know, November or December, and then you've taken a couple of VLAX courses and your kid's all set, and yes, you had to pay some money, but that is the unfortunate
Yeah, that's a good
part
point.
about it.
You know, another thing, and it drives me crazy when I see people that their child's been bullied for a whole year. There are laws that say that the schools have to deal with it. And if they're not dealing with it, you know, if my child is being bullied, by the end of that week or second week, there would be some changes made, or I would be taking, yeah. And I'm not a very outspoken person.
No, not at
I never used to be, but, you know, I can, you know, I dealt with my youngest one going through that, and I marched, this was before the laws were in there, and, you know, you either get this kid's parents in here and let me lay them out in lavender, or, you know, I'll go to their house and do it with a police escort. I don't care, you know.
We have
you're gonna
so
protect
many
your
parents who
child.
contact us all the time in these absolutely heartbreaking situations. I mean,
Yes.
me tearing up thinking about it. And they have gone in. And
Yeah.
sometimes until they go in with somebody holding their hand, like me,
Yeah,
Right.
It's
they can't
pathetic.
work it,
It's-
but
I
I'm
blame the
not
schools
trying
for
to be
that.
mean to the schools, and I know everybody's trying to do that, but there is
different, I
horrible
can't speak for all.
situations.
but it's
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong, and that's
It's
why I
wrong,
go in.
and there's a law, and the schools should be following it.
Yeah, well,
Now-
they need somebody like you, or like me, to say, here's the law, and here's the thing, and you're not gonna walk all around me, because I can actually read fast and understand and speak that. But a lot of parents are in a terrible situation when they go in,
Yeah.
it's just awful.
They feel like they're on the defensive.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so we have laws against drunk driving. does that stop all drunk driving?
No.
It penalizes those who drive drunk, but there are still drunk drivers. So the same thing with the laws, you know, that specify what's supposed to be done with bullying. I'm glad they're
Right.
there, but it doesn't prevent bullying. And
No,
like
it
Steph was
doesn't.
saying,
I know, but it's still, I was a teacher for 45 years. I would like one person that I had in those 45 years to come to me and say that you didn't do anything about it when your kids were picking on me or whatever. You know, you gotta be a teacher and you gotta have some convictions and you have to follow rules in your class, you know, and one of my 7 grandsons, not an angel, but a nice kid, he got in
He's
trouble.
not
with it.
outspoken either.
No, oh, he is. He's a little, I know everything for 9 years old. But a kid tripped him going up the aisle. He's always complaining the kids pick on him, but his mother tells him to just, you know, they don't pick on you. You know, it's your mouth that gets in the way. But he stands up for himself and he's not bullied. The kid tripped him. So instead of confronting the kid, because the kid was laughing because he fell, instead of confronting the kid, he went in the bathroom and he wrote on the stall in the bathroom, Jonas, or whatever the kid's name was, is mean. It wasn't what he wrote, it was the fact that he wrote on the wall.
Yeah.
And his mother told him, and I told him, you should have told the kid, you're mean. Don't go write it on the wall in the bathroom. But, you know, that's hard for, you know, that's a stupid example, but it just brought in bullying, you know, to my, you know, because the kid was laughing because he tripped the other kid. But they all think these stupid things are funny now, that they do
Well,
that
it's-
with kids.
I just had a parent at my house, her daughter, no, this was the one with the son. He was in high school, 9th grade, being bullied. The kids did things like trip him, burn him with cigarettes, believe me. The reason I homeschool is because I was bullied so badly. And I believe a lot of homeschooling parents have that kind of background. And they videotaped it, so it went on all the social media all over the kids in our district. So beside the fact that the kid was bright, was getting bored in school, he was being tortured in school, and she, you know, had all the evidence, and he sat there, and as I explained, you know, laid out books, his eyes were lighting up, and he was like, I want to do this, Mom, I want to do this, Mom. I mean, so I would have also written the thing in the bathroom while I would never have turned to the kid and said it, because I would have gotten beaten up again.
Yeah, oh, that
But-
beating up stuff is
But
beyond.
it's, what goes on with these high school kids is, I was just typing, what do I say, it's a crisis, I said, no, nobody said that, I just heard, it's an immediate need. Typing here. But it's,
But it is, it's getting worse and worse, it's really getting out of control.
these parents said they had gone in for several meetings at the school, and
Yeah, so they
apparently
made
it
a
had
formal bullying complaint, because
Yeah,
that's
they
the first step
did.
of the process is,
Yeah.
we found out about situations, I can think of our high school last year, a parent coming to us and just saying, you know, for the last couple of years, my child's been bullied, like, who is she told this to?
Yeah, I
No
think that
one.
happens. It takes a long time before they
Okay,
really go.
well, we can't do anything if we don't know.
Right.
That's the first step, file a bullying complaint. There's some, and then it's required to be investigated.
And you can bring it up to the
Right.
department from there.
Right.
If they don't
Right.
do anything, there is a
Right.
department here.
Maybe parents don't really realize that the atmosphere is a little different now than it was way back when.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's big deals.
So-
It's big deals.
Perhaps that's something we should tell people about.
You used to be able to make a mistake and then go home and walk away.
You can show them the law, the timelines, and it's a pretty tight timeline that principals have to follow as soon as a bullying complaint is filed. And by a teacher, by a student, by a parent, by anybody, you can file a bullying
Because actually, this links with the push-ups, because that's how we sometimes get these homeschoolers, high schoolers leaving, and I guess the parents
Yeah.
knew they had more power, because they're thinking back to, you know, all this thing,
Oh,
anything,
their
like my honest in high school,
Right,
yeah.
right.
We need to be one more generation removed before we get beyond some of the arcade practices of the 60s. I'm old.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember my grandfather Noah telling me, watch out when it starts raining.
One extra bully or pass.
Watch what?
I was on it.
My grandfather Norman said to me one time,
No.
watch out when it starts raining.
Well, my grandmother was a high school teacher for 40 years. She taught English. She was till the money.
They didn't know I was.
Yeah, my kids. Teachers were like that. And they're much loved though.
Yes.
Because the kids knew they wouldn't be
And I know
bullied.
exactly.
I remember walking downtown with her on Saturdays and multiple students,
Yeah.
former students, stopping her, hello, Mrs. Smith, how are you today? And she knew their name and she had a question for them about something she remembered from way back. You know, whether it's, have you straightened yourself out about the whatever, or how did it go when you went off to such a, you know? I was like, how did you remember these people, right? 40 years, one of them. Unbelievable.
That's a
That's
talent.
incredible.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That is something that we can definitely, I wouldn't even know where to start, but attempting to,
I can get you copies of the law and like sample,
This
kind of
is,
sample
a lot of
process.
different
to have
schools,
a
once a
outline.
complaint is filed, you
Yeah.
know, let people know this is an option.
yeah,
But
just to have.
Because
Right.
usually these
Processes
parents are
must
really,
follow.
they don't want to homeschool, they're not in a great
No.
position sometimes to homeschool. They certainly don't want to spend the money maybe on some.
Yeah, and then this thing called manifest educational hardship, if a child's been bullied so badly that they can't, you know, they don't feel safe in
Oh,
school.
yeah, we
They
get that
can
too.
Step into.
They can make the request to
Did
go
that
to
get
public
passed?
school superintendent's agreements, the board has to approve it
Yes.
now.
And,
Yeah.
For that
That's
to
that-
kick
that
in,
was
it would
retained.
have had to be.
No,
a
no,
complaint,
it went to the
right?
Senate.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a
Yeah.
basis, that was one of the reason why you can request manifest educational hardship.
Okay. After all the
Yeah,
others.
there, I mean, there are a variety of things, you could, endless the number of things that could potentially happen that could,
That wasn't something, I should have known that, but I didn't.
yeah, we've accepted kids and we've sent kids to other schools,
Yeah.
just this year. Due to that.
We just sent another bill out of education on that, but I know it was studied and I know that it was condensed and a lot was changed on it, but I don't know if it said anything in regards to that. It tried to make it, I think it tried to make it that those kinds of things are not part of manifest education hardship. If it was bullying or something.
It would have to be
Yeah.
extreme bullying, it has to be, I mean, you can't just be
It
one
has to be a
incident
severe,
where
severe.
it's kid tripped you going up the stairs, no.
Yeah.
No, we have situations of, you know,
Yeah, I think it's
literally
more
sexual
flexible.
assaults and.
Oh,
Things
more
like-
flexible, oh, that's
Right.
good.
They'll
I don't-
they'll have more work over in the
Yes,
center
look
of
at
it.
things in front of you. Too much
Hopefully,
every year. Hope so.
Yeah, excellent. So in new business, I think we'll skip over voting on the rules committee recommendations, and we'll just prepare to hold a meeting on April 25th. For announcements, there is a modern homeschooling conference coming up in April. It's the second weekend in April. Michelle, do you remember where, I know it's Chelmsford?
Chelmsford, Voyagers.
Yes, thank you.
yeah.
Yep, Voyagers Co-op in Chelmsford. It is April 14th, 15th, and 16th. Just to disseminate that information. And then there is also the Governor for a Day program that is going on right
That's
now.
pretty cool.
I don't think we're allowed to apply, but
It looked like
I love that day.
You gotta be under 18.
We have to, yeah, unfortunately, we're not allowed to apply.
You
But
missed it by 5 years.
your 9-year-old grandson can apply.
Yeah.
But, no,
Oh,
the
he was up at the State House last fall, and he said, we went into the chambers for the executive council, and he says, where does the governor sit? And I said, over there, and he went right over and sat in the chair. I said, "Oh, my gosh." Gavin, please.
Actually, I'm mistaken, he has to wait a few more years. It's middle and high schoolers who can apply to be governor for a day. So disseminate that to all the middle and high schoolers you know, because I would love to see that happen.
That's a contest?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a contest. What I can do is, I didn't include that in the meeting agenda when I sent it out, but I can send that out
Great.
again, just so everyone can hear about it.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
And those are all the announcements I have. Does anybody else have any announcements of goings on that are coming up? No? Okay. Well, thank you for a very lively and educational educational meeting. I learned an awful lot today. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
Second, all right. We adjourn at 5:12.